When Swami Vivekananda was studying at Presidency University, there was a professor there who did not like him. So once during breakfast time, when all the students were eating their meals, that professor was also sitting at a table having his breakfast. Swami Vivekananda took his food and sat down at the professor's table to eat as well. The professor did not like this and said, "Pigs and swans do not sit together." Swamiji smiled at this and said, "All right then, I will get up." Saying this, he left from there. The students sitting nearby started laughing when they heard this. Once, in class, that professor asked all the students a question. If you find a book full of wisdom and a bag full of money on the road, which one would you pick up? Swamiji replied, "I would pick up the bag full of money." At this, the professor said, "See, this is Indian culture. They pretend to be very wise, but they don't value wisdom. If I were in his place, I would have picked up the book full of wisdom." Swamiji laughed and said, "Yes, sir, a person will pick up what he doesn't have, right? Since I already have wisdom, I would pick up the money." This shows how intelligent and quick-witted Swamiji was. In this video, I will share with you 6 practical tips to handle insults intelligently. But first, let's understand why people insult others. There can be 3 reasons behind people insulting each other, the main reason being number 1, jealousy. Jealousy. When someone goes viral on the internet overnight, you must have often heard people say that the internet is a completely useless thing. Any random person gets publicity in a single day, or that in today's times, real talent is not valued at all. Why do they say such things? Because deep down, they feel jealous that nobody knew this person until yesterday, and today they've become a celebrity. Why didn't we become one? And it is because of this jealousy that they make fun of them and insult them. Or if you ever buy something that the people around you can't afford, there's a high chance that out of jealousy, they'll try to insult you to put you down. The next reason for insulting is number 2, to make themselves look superior or cool, to lift themselves up. There are always some people in your friend circle who are constantly insulting someone or the other. Such people are often insecure about themselves, and to satisfy their own ego and make themselves look superior, they try to put others down by making fun of them. Those who bully others also fall into this same category. Such people often make fun of those who are weak and cannot speak up for themselves. That's why you should face such bullies bravely without fear and keep your distance from such friends. After this, the next reason for insulting is number 3, constructive criticism. Criticism of work. It's not necessary that the person insulting you always has bad intentions. Sometimes some people are just telling us the truth. For example, if you are overweight and someone tells you, "You've gained so much weight, you should eat less," then the person insulting you is actually just stating the truth here. In such cases, there's no point in getting angry and saying bad things to them. If what is being said is true, you should accept it and move forward in life. And it's also worth noting that an insult will only hurt you if you feel there's some truth in what the other person is saying. If you're not even overweight and someone calls you fat, would you feel bad about it? No, right? That's why when an insult connects you to reality, don't take it as an insult. See it as feedback and try to improve yourself. The practical ways I'm about to share with you, if you follow them, you'll be able to handle any kind of insult effectively. But first, it's important for us to understand what the motive of the person insulting you is. Is he jealous of you? Does he want to make himself look superior? Does he think you're weak? Or is what he's saying actually true? And who is he to you, the one saying such things? After this, you can decide how you want to react. So, first of all, know the motive of the person. After that, we have 6 ways to handle insults. Number 1, non-reaction. Once, a man came to Gautam Buddha and started hurling abuses at him relentlessly. Gautam Buddha did not react to anything the man said, and after rambling on for a while, the man eventually left. Then Buddha's disciple asked him why he didn't respond to the man's words. Buddha replied, "If I had started abusing him the way he did, then what difference would there be between him and me? And anyway, that's exactly what that man wanted, to bring me down to his level." This story teaches us that people often insult us so that we react emotionally and prove them right. Always remember one thing. Whenever you are insulted, never let the other person know that you are getting angry or feeling hurt. In short, don't give any emotional reaction. If you didn't like what was said, just tell that person that you didn't appreciate their comment. Don't say that again. There is a high chance that the person won't make the same mistake again, and you will earn more respect by showing that your emotions are under your control and that you don't get angry, upset, happy, or troubled just because of what someone says. You must have heard the saying, "Dogs keep barking, but the elephant keeps walking." So, when someone you have nothing to do with says something nonsensical to you, just ignore them. Don't give any reaction. Number 2, use humor. Once a writer was being interviewed. One of his books had recently been published. So, during the interview, a man, intending to insult the writer, said, "That book of yours was really good." He then asked, "Who all did you get to write that book for you?" The writer gave an epic reply, "Thank you, I'm glad you liked my book." Whom did you get to read that book to you? Friends often insult each other, so in such situations, using humor is the best option. Because with humor, you return the insult right back to the other person. As I explained to you in the writer's example, if someone is repeatedly insulting you over a very serious reason, then you have to stop them. In that case, humor won't work. But most of the time, humor is a good reply. If you reply with humor, you also come across as a strong person who doesn't get easily offended by what others say. Number 3, reply with your actions. Chanakya, who was a teacher at Takshashila University and a great economist. When he learned that Alexander was about to invade India, he devised a plan that if Alexander was to be defeated, a unified India would have to be established. Because at that time, India was divided into many small and large kingdoms. At that time, the Magadha Empire was the largest. So Chanakya took his message and plan to the Magadha Emperor Dhanananda and told him that Alexander was coming and that they needed to lay the foundation for a unified India. Dhanananda was an arrogant king. He did not listen to a single word of Chanakya and saying, "A Brahmin will teach me how to rule," grabbed Chanakya by his top knot and threw him out of the court. Chanakya found this extremely insulting. At that very moment, he vowed that he would not tie his top knot again until he overthrew Dhanananda's rule and made India a unified empire. And later, he proved it by actually doing so. He prepared Chandragupta Maurya to become the emperor of India. And with Acharya Chanakya's help, Chandragupta defeated Dhanananda and became the emperor of a unified India. This story proves the saying that actions speak louder than words. If someone keeps insulting you repeatedly about your looks, financial status, or social status, then instead of saying much to them, respond by improving yourself. Once you do that, the other person will have no option left but to keep their mouth shut. As someone once said, success is the best revenge. Number 4, speak up for yourself. Although humor and non-reaction are the best ways to deal with any kind of insult, sometimes there are people who don't understand even with these methods. When someone keeps insulting you repeatedly and tries to put you down, you should stand up for yourself. Because sometimes, not speaking up for yourself sends the message to the other person that you are mentally weak and that you don't respect yourself, which is not a good thing. That's why, when things start to get out of hand, you should make it clear to the other person, "Look, I really don't like this, and if you say something like this again, the outcome won't be good." This will make the other person alert. And in the future, before disrespecting you, they will think 10 times. Number 5. Take insult as a source of motivation. Once there was a sage living in a village, and a farmer from that same village did not like the sage at all. That farmer would always speak ill of the sage, always criticize him. The whole village believed that the farmer was an enemy of the sage. However, the sage himself did not think so. So one day, the farmer died, and the sage's disciples were happy about it. They came dancing and singing to the sage and said, "Guruji, that farmer who used to criticize you has died." Hearing this, the sage became very sad. His disciples said, "Guruji, you should be happy that crazy man is dead, but instead, you are feeling sad." The sage replied, "You don't understand. It was because of that farmer that I was able to become a better person in my life. He would constantly point out my flaws, and by working on those flaws, I was able to become a better human being. Now that he is gone, who will help me?" The summary of this story is that you should also look at insults from a positive perspective. When insults are true, they reveal our shortcomings, and by working on them, we can improve ourselves. Tulsidas Ji says, keep your critics close, give them a hut in your courtyard. Without water or soap, they cleanse you thoroughly. This means that those who criticize us should be kept as close as possible. They point out our flaws and cleanse our character without the need for soap or water. Number 6. Smile and walk away. If your sense of humor isn't that great and you don't want to spend too much time learning all this, just smile and leave the place where you were insulted. This will be a very good response. When someone insults you for 10 minutes and you just give a smile and walk away, this will let that person know that you don't give any importance to their words and that you don't care about what they say. If I had to tell you one core rule, I would say never react emotionally. Take a deep breath, relax, and then calmly respond to the insult. So these were the 6 steps you can follow to handle insults effectively. Number 1. Non-reaction. Number 2. Use humor. Number 3. Reply with your actions. Number 4. Speak up for yourself. Number 5. Take insult as a source of motivation. And number 6. Smile and walk away. On this channel, I share life-changing lessons like these. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.